Hello and welcome in, friendos, to another episode of the Something Always Nothing podcast, where we talk about something, but it almost always ends in nothing.
That's right.
I'm your host. Amen. I'm your host, Grim, and with me today is my co-host, King.
Yeah. What's up, buddy?
King. Oh, don't tell me, tell them.
We're back, folks. New format. Who this is the name of the episode. So, guys, welcome to the 5th episode of the Something Always Nothing podcast. Last week's episode was a bonus episode, but today we're back to business.
As usual.
Yes, as usual. I'm so happy to be here. I know Grim's happy to be back. Grim, you survived. You're alive.
Yeah, through miracle of science, surgery, and God knows what else. They sewed my chest up and got my little homie now. I'm still trying to think of what to name him. I'm in between Rick and Paul. Looks like a Rick, but as he gets older.
Ricardo?
I don't want to assume his ethnicity, so I'm holding off on that.
Well,
Better safe.
I'm happy you made it, bud. I was worried about you for a second. Bro, you died on air.
Yeah, pretty epic. That's the Sand podcast first, I think.
Yeah.
Neither of us have died on air yet. So yeah, all right. I'm knocking him off the bucket list, dude. Let's go.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. You're breaking down barriers. You're breaking down, what is it? The glass ceilings. Is that what it is?
Breaking glass ceilings. Breaking glass ceilings. Yeah, we're shooting right through there on the Sand podcast, guys. It ain't a real podcast unless one of the hosts dies mid-episode. Keep that in mind next time you go watch Bad Friends.
Bro, that is foreshadowing. Am I gonna die on this podcast?
Your time will come soon, King.
Bro, spoilers, folks, spoilers. But before we get to all the good stuff about me dying, we have a great show lined up for you today. Several topics, a lot of fun topics, but let's start with my personal favorite type of topics, tech topics. Yeah. How do you feel about that? You like tech?
Love me some tech. Come on. Yeah. Talking to you through my my Samsung fridge right now, doing the whole podcast through it. Love tech.
Are you jonesing for some tech? Bro, I'll give you some tech news. Are you ready?
Bugs are under my skin for some tech news. Feed it to me.
Okay. Grim, are you one of the very lucky individuals who has a handheld console?
Bro, I'm kind of ashamed how many handheld consoles I have. Yeah, I have a lot. Too many.
Too many. More than one?
Like 4 or 5, like a Nintendo 3DS, Steam Deck, Switch if you want to count it. Okay. Some awesome dude bought me an Ambernic for Christmas, one of those emulation station devices. Fire, love that thing. Hey, I have a grip. What do you mention?
I love the Ambernic, by the way. Reason I bring it up, do you by any chance partake in the Xbox crowd? The Xbox drink Kool-Aid?
The Xbox Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I drink some of that Xbox Kool-Aid mainly for their exclusives, but those exclusives are becoming a little less exclusive today. But yeah, I got a Xbox Series X gathering dust in the corner.
I think you said the magic word, buddy. You said Xbox exclusive. I am so happy you did, because guess what's also an Xbox exclusive and a handheld?
I can't think of anything appropriate to say, King. What?
Well,
what is it?
I got one for you, and it's kind of a mouthy title. It's the ROG Xbox Ally X. Have you heard of it?
I know of the Rogue Ally. It's like a Windows oriented handheld console, sort of like the Steam Deck, but Steam Deck uses Linux, so it's harder to just use in general.
Yeah.
So Rogue Ally is teaming up with Xbox to make their own handheld?
Bro, they got a collab going. It is a collab for the ages. It is they're coming out with 2 consoles, set to release October 16th. I got to pull that brand in front of me. So, the ROG Xbox Ally X, for those who don't know, is the second
What a name.
iteration of the Ally. The first Ally, which you mentioned, was the Asus ROG Ally non-Xbox variant was the very first one. That featured a AMD Ryzen Z1. It's the chip. Yeah, which compared to the Steam Deck was pretty ahead of the Steam Deck. Steam Deck being the big boy that came out at its time. Now we're getting the second version, which is the Xbox Ally X that was previously mentioned. Bro, this thing looks freaking awesome. I am excited for this. Have you seen any promos or anything about it?
Been on like way long ago. I mean, PS with the PlayStation Portable. I mean, even Nintendo with the Game Boys and Nintendo DSs. Like everybody's hit it besides them.
Yes. So
Even
the
Sega had the Game Gear back in the day, dude. They're slacking Xbox. Yeah, all right. I'm glad it's finally this is a thing though.
Yeah, so it's set to come out October 16th, I believe. They have two versions, okay? The Ally X, 24 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte. It features their AMD Ryzen Z2 Extreme. So this is the second version of the Z1.
Oh, okay. Oh my god, dude. It's actually really exciting. The specs on those are amazing.
Yeah, the non-X variant, slightly less powerful at 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gig SSD. I mean,
Okay.
still it has a Z2 non-extreme chipset, but it still looks pretty awesome, dude. I mean,
I'd buy that consumer version. Like honestly, I'd probably shell out extra just for the Xbox version, just to say like, well, I have an Xbox Portable, cool. That I would play for like maybe a couple weeks, to be honest. Because like I've become such a PlayStation fanboy lately.
What's funny is that in their marketing material, they do market it as an Xbox in your hands. So that is pretty interesting.
That's the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna sell them. Unlike the PlayStation Portal that came out, which is a freaking dog water move by Sony, dude. You need to be like set up to Wi-Fi to use that thing. It's not like, the PSP3 or anything. So this is a big smart move by Microsoft, and I can't wait to see this thing come out and come into the market.
Yeah. They haven't released the price. Keep that in mind. They have not released the price, which does worry me just a little bit. But we will see what it's going to be priced at. There are some potential leaks that it will be priced at $799 for the non-X variant and $999 for the X variants. Yeah.
Holy crap!
Yeah, dude.
Ah.
$1,000.
What?
$1,000 in your hand. So to play,
All right, that's
potentially
to play freaking Halo 1 on a handheld.
the Master Chief Collection. Let's go.
Oh man, I don't. Yeah, I was all hyped and excited until I heard $1,000.
$1,000 potentially. There's no confirmation on that as of yet.
Oh, that's a rumor.
That is a rumor. But I'm glad you mentioned Sony, because Sony did come out with their PlayStation Portal. That was, should we say, mixed. Had mixed reviews on. Some people didn't like them. Some people did.
In Grimm's words, booty cheeks, as they say.
Booty cheeks. Well, I'm glad you brought up Sony, because there was some leaks going around that Sony was potentially developing a handheld console as well.
Outside of the Portal?
Outside of the Portal. So it is not confirmed if it's a PSP type, a PSP. What's the word I'm looking for? Like
I think I know what you're talking about now. This is the rumored PS6 news.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, yeah. No, I'm glad you brought this up because I heard about this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, tell me what some of the stuff that you've heard about it, because the only thing I heard about it was the price, and the price gets me excited.
Okay. So I think we have different information. You can fill me in on that. So what I have heard is that the rumored PS6 is going to have a lot more in common with their rivals over at Nintendo.
Okay, so you were saying about the PlayStation PlayStation 6 being a
Yeah. So I heard the rumor that the PS6 is actually going to it's going to have more in common with the Nintendo Switch of all things. It's going to be a portable console with with the potential to dock on a 4K dock and play on your TV, whatever. So, I mean, that's obviously just a rumor once
Yeah.
again, but it's a rumor I've been hearing ad nauseum. So it's got some legs.
See,
What was the price that you mentioned?
all I heard was the price, and the price gets me excited
Yeah.
because Xbox announced their $7.99, or they didn't announce it, but it's rumored, right?
Yeah.
Supposedly, this handheld, PlayStation handheld, is rumored at $400, and that gets me excited. So
It's crazy because $400 is still a lot of money.
Still-
but,
still a lot of money.
The potential 800 or
Yeah.
1,000 you might be spending over at Xbox. Yeah.
yeah,
I think I know who's gonna win the portable console war out of that one if that to fruition. Yeah.
the only thing I hope is that gamers win. That's all I want. It's gamers winning for once.
I don't know if we're gonna win anytime soon. Game prices are going up due to tariffs and just like GTA 6, is gonna be one of those things that So we need an olive branch, throw us a friggin' bone, Sonny. Xbox. Come on.
Throw us a bone for real.
Mm-hmm.
No. So I came across something that I thought was so cool. I don't know
What's that?
what are your thoughts on it. Call of Duty is getting a movie.
About time, honestly. Depending on which storyline they decide to follow, that could actually be pretty good, unlike the games have been recently. So, who's making it?
Paramount, bro.
Lionsgate?
Paramount. They signed a deal with Activision, which is the company behind Call of Duty. As of September 2nd, 2025, they have a deal with Paramount to bring Call of Duty to live action. There is nothing else that's been announced beyond that deal. So I'm excited. I'm excited for that. Movie news. I love movie news.
Once you announced who is making it, my excitement became a little bit more hesitant because I don't know if you remember, was actually the ones responsible for the recent box office blockbuster.
Don't say it.
Halo.
Don't say it. Don't you say it.
Master Chief, as he's known lovingly in the new Paramount Halo show, because you see way more of Pablo Schreiber Master Chief butt than you have ever in the entire franchise. So, what's the Master Cheeks? Watch Halo, guys.
Love Halo. Best show ever. I don't care what anybody says. It's fantastic.
Debatable. The second season was significantly better, but mainly because we didn't see any butts. That time around. Right, this one's for Pinky. If you're in chat, we're talking about butts for you all day.
Such a missed opportunity.
By the way, thanks everybody for showing up and hanging out with us. Something always nothing. We appreciate our friendos. So just want to give a little shout out. But Call of Duty, that's pretty hype. Hesitantly hype. If they decide to follow like OG Modern Warfare story with Captain Price, Gaz, Soap, Ghost, that would actually kind of smack. So we'll see.
Well, since we're on movie news, I know this is something that you brought up earlier.
Oh, speaking of you bringing things up, I would like to bring something up now. Actually,
please do.
That you gave some pretty relatively hype news with your movie news. So let me bring you down a notch. All right, let's take you off your hill up there. Unfortunately, yeah, you're about to crash. Unfortunate bad movie news. Mortal Kombat 2, dude. Mortal Kombat 2 recently got delayed. which like that already sucks. It was going to be out this October, which is perfect. You know, October spooky season, blood, gore, all that stuff. Now it has been delayed to March 2026. They've delayed it assuredly because they want to do reshoots, they want to fix special effects, they want to polish. No, King, you're wrong. They want to delay the movie.
Hold on.
They can't compete in the month of October. What?
They want to delay the movie because they want to make it better for reshoots. No.
No. So I predicted you thinking that just several seconds ago. So it turns out I was right predicting that. You're wrong. You're still wrong, by the way. Your brain was wrong, and now your voice is wrong. They want to delay it.
Yeah.
Because they think because of and this is like their words. Okay, I'm not paraphrasing. Because of the positive feedback that everybody had from the recent release trailer, they want to delay it until summer because they want to get that summer money, Sonny. That's what they want. They think it's going to do better in the summer against all the blockbuster action franchises, Mission Impossible, MCUs, DCUs. Dumbest move they could have made. Like, they could have stayed in October and made bank. What do they have to fight in October? Low budget horror movies that, you know, barely break, you know, $50K at the box office half the time anyways. Like, such a dumb decision, I'm going to be honest. So we would have hated the trailer collectively. We'd be getting Mortal Kombat 2 in October next month, but
okay.
I guess we suck for liking things.
Listen, let me play a little devil's advocate, okay?
Oh no.
Can I?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can. I'm dreading it now.
Okay. So, bro, I've been waiting for this. We have a little devil's advocate thing pop up on the screen, okay?
Fire, you have been waiting.
I have been waiting for this. Okay, so, devil's advocate. The studio wants to delay it because it's going to be more successful in the summer so we can get Mortal Kombat 3. If it came out in October, we would not have gotten a Mortal Kombat 3. The studio is looking out for us. The studio is looking out for us fans. Okay?
Oh, dude, they're greedy. They think they're going to make more money. They're so wrong, dude. So wrong. Because when you put it in the summer, you put it up against like big, massive movies with bigger budgets than Mortal Kombat 2 that are going to make way more money. Mortal Kombat 2 is rated R. You can't bring kids to see that, right? So that already lowers how much you can make from it. Granted, putting it in the middle of summer, school break and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. But like, how many parents are going to be taking their kids to see Mortal Kombat 2? No, they're going to be taking them to see the live action Moana. Better not. Those kids are too young. What are you doing? We're going to get ripped into pieces in that one. So, I mean, I appreciate that you can be, you know, a good corporate man and look out for your friends in the studio. But no, man, they don't care about us. They don't care. They care about that money in your wallet, bro. That's what they want. That's what they want. Just I feel like it's a misguided attempt to make more money, but it's going to end up biting them in the butt. We're not going to get Mortal Kombat 3 because of this decision. Why didn't it make any money? I don't know. Maybe because everybody went to go see freaking live action Moana and The Rock. All right, like nobody. You can bring the kids to see that, man.
Bro. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a great summer. We're gonna get a freaking Maui and Scorpion in the same month. It's gonna be awesome.
I don't know about that.
All right.
Well, your devil has been advocated.
Thank you.
That was terrible.
My devil has been advocated. All right. Moving on to the reason everyone is here, and it's my favorite topic of all time: aliens. Aliens. Let's talk aliens.
It actually is. It unironically is your favorite topic,
bro.
So
I can talk.
Very appropriate.
I know you can't see it, but I have an Earth in my background. I know you can't see it right now, but it's in there. So.
Okay, so for all the viewers, you immediately got that, and you're like, this guy. This guy's fun.
All right, bud. Hit me Alien Earth. For those of you who haven't seen the prior episode, which shame on you, you should be watching every episode.
Go back. Pause this. Go back.
Yeah, pause it right now. Just go back. Last episode, we reviewed Alien Earth episodes 1 and 2. This week, we're doing episodes 3 and 4. At some point in the future, we're going to do 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So we're doing them in 2 episode increments to give you a chance to kind of catch up and to give us a chance to, get all the cool facts for you. So if you haven't watched episodes 1 and 2, do yourself a big favor. Pause us, mute us, turn us down, and when you see a spoiler tag, it's because we're talking spoilers. It is not safe if you have not watched episodes 3 and 4. You've been warned. So, Grim.
Yeah, you're gonna see that spoiler tag a lot, brothers and sisters. Get ready for that, because we're gonna go through this. I'd like to say that it's not gonna be like a complete scene by scene breakdown. Like, I'm not gonna give all the juicy bits away, because even the people that stick around for the spoiler tags and don't mute, like, I don't wanna give everything away to you. You still need to go watch this. This is a fantastic show. I've been loving just about every episode. One of the episodes today is a little bit slower, and you're going to see how we feel about that shift in tone here in a second. But start us off, I'll start with just a light, brief synopsis, spoiler-free for episode 3. This is really quick because these next 2 episodes, not necessarily a lot happen, but you get a lot of information and some cool tidbits here and there. So episode 3 is called Metamorphosis. Episode 3 obviously takes place immediately right after the end of episode 2. So without spoiling what happened in there, we get Wendy running down the wreckage of the Maginot. Maginot? Ha ha ha. Yeah. I've been practicing that one. Right down the wreckage of the Maginot, she is looking for somebody that was stolen from her at the end of the second episode. We get some full-on action. We get a Xenofight. Fire. So good. We'll go in more into that in detail here in a second. And then we get also some manipulation going on between a few of the other characters. Some real creepy vibes, but I can't wait to see where this goes in later episodes. I thought episode 3 was pretty darn good. There's some questionable bits, but upon further analyzation of like what's actually going on with some of the characters, I think I know where they're headed in a few different directions actually. So before we get too juicy, do you want to throw up that spoiler tag? Because we're about to have a rundown. Yeah, good looking out, brother man.
Spoiler tag is up, folks. You've been warned.
Yeah, guys. All right, so let's get into this. Episode 3, Metamorphosis. Like I was saying in the spoiler-free bit, it takes place immediately right after where the last episode left off. And at the end of episode 2, Joe, Wendy's brother, gets snagged right out of a room by a Xeno, pulled down a hole. He's dragged through the wreckage of the Maginot, and we pick right up there with Wendy telling Slightly and the other Lost Boy hybrids, "Don't leave, stay in here. I'll be back." She dips, chases Joe. She actually finds Joe in the back of what looks to be like a refrigerated truck. Like she looks like she's in like a meat locker area of this ship, and she finds Joe in this.
Sorry, I'm pretty sure.
A meat locker? Yeah. No, you're fine. Yeah. Thank you for correcting me on that, because at one point she gets a meat hook, and I was like, first watch from. Okay, so she finds her brother in the back of this meat locker truck. And he has already been, like partially cocooned, not really. Like the alien like spit some resin on him, so he's like kind of stuck to the back of the truck. As soon as she gets back there, bro's like, hey, it's a trap. It's a trap, you know. And then after she pulls him out of the resin, sure enough, you see our Zenny boy, our Xeno boy, start to peek his head through the back of the truck. And what surprises me right here is that he doesn't immediately attack them. I don't know if he registers Wendy as like a potential threat and decides that a more low-key approach is what it needs to take them down. But yeah, it peeks at them through the back of the truck. It's kind of like, hey, oh, I didn't expect, extra company. And closes it back up. Then he jumps on top of the truck, starts banging around up there like a kitty cat or something, just being annoying. Like, I kept expecting this guy to stab his like tail through the top of the truck and like try to. I didn't know.
Okay, so they're on top of the trailer. Xeno's tapping around.
Yeah. Xeno's just kitty catting up there, like, derp. And Wendy repays the derpiness by stabbing her freaking her paper cutter sword. You know those like those like paper cutters they use in offices. At the end of episode 1, she like rips it off a paper cutter and like sticks it to her metallic back.
Oh yeah,
she's
so
had
cool.
This thing. Yeah, she's had this thing since episode 1. Finally, she gets to use it. She stabs it up through the top of the roof, and she hits that thing because you see the blood start to pour down. And it starts to melt through the roof, and I think that's when they finally realize, or at least Joe realizes, like, oh, its blood is acidic, dude. That sucks. Oh, get out of the way. So they get Wendy leaves the back of the truck to go confront it, followed shortly by Joe. And when Joe exits the truck, he is pounced on by the Xenomorph. Yeah, wait. Oh, no. He's actually stabbed. He's stabbed with the Xeno's tail. He's impaled through the back. And Asdro's, like, crawling away, like, with a freaking hole in him. He turns around to face with the Xeno. And this is the second time he's been this freaking close to the thing, right? Like, I'm finally like, oh, finally. This guy's going to get ate, you know? So Xeno peeks out its little mouth, about to take a little nibble, a little nomp at her, bro, because he's tired. He's like, I've tried to nest this guy twice, and he's just not getting the hint. Like, I'm going to take what I want. Yeah, that's the kind of woman I need in my life. All right. So, little Xenomorph comes out, about to take a nomp at her, bro, and then, like so fast, Wendy comes out of nowhere with a freaking meat hook and catches that guy by its little mouth. Sorry, bro, don't watch this part. Catches a little guy by his mouth and like is yanking on the Xeno by its tiny like inner mouth, and like instead of the Xeno like I don't know, jumping forward and grabbing her or something, it's like playing tug of war with its tongue, like, no, that's mine, no, stop it. So she gets her brother to open a big door. Pulls the Xeno through the door. Joe's able to, crawl and shut the door. And as he's shutting the door, the Xeno's little mouth gets unhooked, and then it grabs Wendy with its tail, pulls her in. We don't see what's happening. The fight continues, and we're missing the best parts. This part bugged me a little. Like, no, I want to see this. So Joe's panicking. He's like, no, crap. He's trying to fix it, trying to open the door back up. He opens it back up, and we see Wendy standing there with a decapitated Xenomorph. Our boy's gone too soon, gone but not forgotten. We'll insert the memorial here now. In the eyes of an angel. Yeah, so our boy Xeno's dead, dude. His whole head's gone. It's just connected to his body anymore.
They killed Xeno.
They killed
Xeno.
Yeah. They killed the alien in Alien Earth.
That's the part that
so
tripped me out watching this episode. Is they legitimately killed the alien in Alien Earth.
Yeah, I mean, if it was called Aliens with an S Earth, I'd be like, okay, we're gonna get more. But I mean, obviously, we're gonna get more because in a later scene, actually, a scene I'm about to talk about right now, so I'll just talk about it. So Joe sees Wendy standing there with a decapitated Xeno on the ground, and then he sees she's like leaking milk from her head because all android blood is white, really gross looking. Like I think of bad things when I see their blood. And I'm like, ooh,
it is
that like
very suggestive. It is very suggestive, but it's milk.
Anybody in the Navy knows what I'm talking about, yeah. Okay, so. Yeah, Wendy is injured. Joe's got a freaking hole through his stomach. They collapse next to each other with the Xenomorph. and it like pans out. It's kind of heartwarming. You got Zeno, Wendy, and freaking I was about to say Randy, Hermit Joe, whatever. He goes by 2 names in the show. Yeah, they're laying there, passed out. We'll see what happens to them in a minute. But then it cuts to slightly back where Wendy left him in the like little science lab room that they were at, that has a bunch of ovomorph eggs in it, a bunch of face hugger eggs, courtesy of my boy up here. And the thing that happens in this scene is that Slightly's a little jumpy. He's hearing things, and he turns around and he sees Shmi, his homie Shmi, another one of the hybrid android Lost Boys. And Shmi is there to tell him that he is being basically summoned by Kirsch, played by Timothy Oliphant, to come back and regroup. And he fills Shmi in. Bro, you scared the crap out of me, bro. Bro, I'm sorry, bro. You seen all these aliens around here, bro? Yeah, bro, there was this one that, like, tried to eat our face off, and it was, like, attacking Nebs, and it was like, bro. Bro. I just love this scene. I love the way they talk to each other.
I love their interactions.
Yeah, I got, like, Goonies vibes from it or something, It was really... Maybe you might be questioning why these, kids are talking, these hybrids are talking like, kids from the 21st century or our century, but I liked it. Oh, yeah. A bunch of bros. Just bros being bros. So while they're broing it up, Morrow of all people comes in. If you guys don't remember who Morrow is, he is the cyborg that was part of the crew of the Maginot. Morrow basically let his entire crew die so he could secure the specimen, the xenomorph. But anyways, Morrow is there. He's got a taser trained on the boys, the Lost Boys, and he's inquiring why they're there. They're telling them they can't tell him anything. And while they're talking to him, Morrow starts like, "Why are you guys acting like kids? Like, what are you doing here?" And one of them says like, "Oh, because we are kids." Or wait, no, we're not kids. We're not kids, but they're just talking like super childish. So something's clicking in Morrow that these boys, seemingly men, are more than what they seem. So he figures out that they're synthetics really fast, that they're androids, but then he starts to question what they really are when they start talking about their parents and stuff like that. And he's like, "What? You guys are robots. You don't have parents, unless." And then he starts to figure out that these boys are more than androids. And as he's talking to them, he confronts Slightly with his little arm blade, which is cool. So now I'm starting to think that Morrow is more of the allegory for Captain Hook, just because he's got this like arm blade that comes out. And that's the vibes I was getting. Originally I thought Kirsch was going to fit more of that role, but he seems more of like a stepfather figure than anything. So I don't know where he fits into the metaphor. Anyways, Morrow confronts Slightly, and he's asking him this question: when is the machine not a machine? When is the machine not a machine?
That is a fantastic Morrow impersonation.
Oh, thank you. It's the first and only one I'm going to do, unless he says something that bangerific later. Because I don't know, just the way he delivers it. Yeah, man. I don't think that question is that deep, like you're making it, but yeah, I feel that. When it's a machine, not a machine. And while he's confronting Slightly, he takes something out of his freaking fingernail, dude. He's got like a robot fingernail, and he pulls out this like little clear film, and he like approaches Slightly, and he puts his hand on his neck. When is the machine, not the machine? Blah 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 blah. And this little film, it's transparent. It absorbs into Slightly's neck, and it's later revealed to be like a tracking communication device that he can use to directly communicate with Slightly's like conscious, whatever it may be. This scene pretty much ends up with Kirsch showing up, Timothy Oliphant's Kirsch, and confronting Morrow, telling him that this ship now belongs to them. Their ship is a ball. Morrow's ship is a ball that landed in his backyard, and Prodigy now owns it. Blah blah blah. Well, Morrow ends up getting scared away. He definitely gets too close to one of the eggs, and it starts to hatch. He eyeballs it, and he realizes that he's not gonna make it out of this room, whether it's through having to go through Kirsch or dealing with the face huggers. So he dips the same way that the Zeno took Joe out the wall. And Moro is gone for now. He's gone for now. We will see him later, though. So after this scene, all the alien specimens that we've seen the past 2 episodes are loaded up, and that includes the decapitated Zeno, all the eggs, Hermit and Wendy. They're all loaded up. Hermit and Wendy are being treated medically, kind of. Wendy's android, so I don't know how that works. But yeah, so all loaded, brought back to Prodigy. Well, Neverland to be specific, the Neverland Research Island. And while they're, Wendy and Hermit are being treated.
Okay, sorry.
I think they're watching Ice Age.
It just came to me.
What?
It just came to
What happened?
As you said it, what would you call medical treatment for the android? Right?
Uh-huh.
Tech support. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. No. I'll give you that one. Okay. Yeah. Troubleshooting. You're welcome. You can steal that one for free. So we get a scene of Hermit and Wendy recovering. They're watching Ice Age. And then we get a scene of the Lost Boys talking. We get Nibs kind of like questioning the order of things, what's going on. Like, why are they all named after Lost Boys? Why couldn't they keep their names? Why is Wendy named Wendy? And so we start to kind of see, like the wheel turning for Nibs. She's starting to question one of the other Lost Boys, girl. Oh, there's another thing she says, like, why are we named after the Lost Boys when half of us are girls? Just then, another one of the girls, named Curly, she starts to kind of reveal that she's more so in line with Boy Cavalier. Like, she wants Spro's approval, and that's pretty obvious from the way she starts acting. Let's see. We also get the scene of Kirsch and the rest bringing the subjects into the lab. So that means like the facehugger orb overmorph pods. We have the little leech creature, the little blood leech, our freaking ceiling plant thingamajig. I forget the name of that thing was again, but I'm really hoping I don't get to see what it does. I'm not excited for that. That thing looks gross, dude.
That's the one that we haven't seen what it does, and I'm excited for it because I feel like it's going to be something gnarly. If they're saving it for last, which we've seen all the other aliens kind of do their thing, except for that one.
Yeah. I'm almost thinking maybe like that's what killed one of there was a doctor on board. She was the lady that owned the cat, and she looked like she had like suffocated or like been fed like a poison. I'm almost thinking maybe she was the one that got infected by it, but I'm sure we're gonna see her soon. Actually, potentially in episode 5, because that looks like we're gonna get. All right, we'll talk about that later. Though. Okay, so we get Kirsch and them bringing the specimens into the lab. Boy Cavalier tries to go in at one point, and then the eggs start to hatch. Kirsch has to rip him away and is like, no sorry, Bob, you can't be in here anymore. No humans in the lab unless you want to be a baby mama to some facehugger, right? So like a power dynamic, the power dynamic kind of shifts there because now Kirsch has like the ability to be the one to be in there doing all the experiments and whatnot without Boy Cavalier breathing down his neck. So that's really cool. Let's see. We did get Joe being treated earlier. They're actually removing his lung at one point, and while they're removing his damaged lung that got pierced by the Xenotail, we get cross shots actually of I believe it's Kirsch with these awesome like goggles doing a dissection on one of the overmorph facehuggers.
Such a cool scene.
During this dissection, gross scene. This
such a cool
freaking sucks. Because while Kirsch is dissecting and we're getting these cross shots of them operating on Hermit, we see Kirsch go in and pull out what appears to be a freaking facehugger embryo. The first time we've ever seen one of these in canon, I believe. Yeah, in canon, period. We get to see what the facehugger actually lays inside of you, and it's this little white wiggly speck. Like if you look hard enough, it almost looks like Baby Rick here, just like super teepy, super teeny tiny. So we get those cross shots of them removing the embryo, removing Hermit's lung, and then the next thing we get is Hermit's lung in a water tank and them putting the embryo in the water tank. And surely enough, this embryo wiggles its little way over to Hermit's damaged lung and it beds itself inside, dude. Gross, but so awesome. That's so cool. We're gonna get to see the fruits of that labor in the next episode. But yeah. Right after this happens, we get Wendy waking up from her. I guess she was charging. It really looks like she was just like in a charging deck, like troubleshooting. You know. I like that. Yeah, we're gonna be using troubleshooting from now on. So Wendy wakes up, and she's appeared to have been woken up by this like high pitched frequency. And it sounds like I think it sounds like screaming, but either way, whatever she's hearing is clearly distressing her, and it causes her to travel to where Kirsch is doing the dissections on the facehuggers. And so we're left to believe. Oh, and right after she gets into the lab, she passes out. I can't explain to you how androids pass out. This is all so confusing for me. So yeah, we get her passing out, and we're kind of led to believe that she heard either the embryo or the facehugger or something on that level, screaming. I'm assuming it has something to do with like her being able to hear these like screeching, like clicking sounds outside of the New Siam apartment at the end of the first episode. Yeah, near the end when they first go into the building. So yeah, that about wraps it up for episode 3, Metamorphosis. That was a pretty solid breakdown. Yeah.
So, hit me with your ranking. Where in the world of chicken buckets do you find episode 3 of Alien Earth?
Okay, so I have to give episode 3, I'd say another 4 out of 5 chicken buckets. The reason I'm giving it that is that it had the action, it had cool, like horrific scenes. We got a lot of decent information. Yeah, I'd have to give this a solid 4 out of 5. The reason it's not a complete 5 for me is that I feel like some of the logic was a little confusing. I have to kind of make up my own head lore and logic to like fix some of their mistakes. Like, dude, like, I'm gonna try to keep him alive, Yeah, I'm gonna try to nest this one. And then the Xenophyte, like when it's really cool seeing Wendy hook its like in her mouth and like kick its butt, but it would have been cool to see the fight instead of them hiding it behind a giant door, So I thought that was kind of lame, a little lazy. So yeah, 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
What you, Doug?
4 out of 5 is solid.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's still great.
I don't know. So I've watched this episode maybe 4 times now.
Same.
I wanna give it higher. I really do. Mm-hmm. There were some parts of it that I remember when I first watched it. I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like the Xeno and Wendy fight, right? I was like, that's so cool. She's fighting them. But the more and more I watched it, I realized there was no fight. Like, she hooked him, threw him into the warehouse building, and that was it. No fight. So, like, there were parts of it that I just wanted to love it. So, for me, all that to say, 3 out of 5 chicken buckets.
Sorry, guys. This is going to be the last episode of Something Always Nothing But Guys. Unfortunately, our views no longer align.
I will say, though, episode 4, which we'll get to in a second, everything I felt was an issue for me in episode 3 makes up for it in episode 4. So let's get into episode 4, because that's the one I'm excited for. But let me take the spoiler tag off so you can give us a quick rundown.
Okay.
And then we'll go into spoilers.
Okay, cool. All right, so for all you friendos that missed that, we just got done with the episode 3 breakdown. We got through that relatively quick. This next episode is a bit juicier, but I would say it probably has just about the same amount of of content as far as what we have here to talk about. So a quick like spoiler-free synopsis I'd give the episode is that this episode slows things down a lot. It slows things down, but it maintains its creepiness. It maintains that sci-fi just weirdness happening all about. We get some weird existential questions. We get some weird happenings with some of the hybrids and them trying to come to terms with the fact that they are machines. You know, they are no longer human. And I'm fully convinced that the scientists, what they did was like copy and paste like their consciousness into, you know, like a blank slate. Like I don't think there's anything human about them anymore. Not necessarily aside from their memories, which unfortunately is not enough. Not enough. You can't collect taxes on memories alone. No, not a W-2 employee off your memories alone.
No, not to my knowledge.
Episode 4 takes place primarily on Neverland Island. And we get to see some of the aftermaths with things that had taken place aboard the Maginot.
Maginot.
I gotta work. Maginot. Yeah, better. You gotta throw the. It just doesn't work. That's hot. I like that.
Apologies to all the French people watching our podcast.
Nah, you love it. You know you love it. Right, I do it better. Don't be jealous. All right, so yeah, I would say that that's like a pretty brief spoiler-free synopsis.
Okay. Let's move into spoilers, but before we do, once again, last chance, guys. We will be talking spoilers to episode 4 of Alien Earth.
From those.
Okay, spoiler tag is up. Now, before we move into spoilers, during episode 3, you mentioned Ricky as the name of your Xeno baby. I just want to clarify. That is a...
I'm down. Hold on.
Follow me here.
Huh?
That is a tan xenomorph. His name is Ricky. Ricky Tan. For those of you listening,
just had this
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Grim.
Don't tell him. For those of you listening,
Grim's got a tan xenomorph wrapped around his neck and shoulders. Ricky Tan. I am a proud uncle of Ricky Tan.
You just had to find somewhere, some episode to sneak a Rush Hour 2 reference in, and you did it. I'm truly Rick Tan, undercover cop, doesn't play by the rules. Rick Tan, theaters near you.
Nope, Ricky Tan. It's been named. All right, talk to me. Episode 4, spoilers. Hit me.
All right, guys. Episode 4 is called Observation. My God, does it stick to the name of the title? This whole episode, like I said, slows things down. It primarily takes place in the Neverland Research Center in the middle of an island, middle of freaking nowhere, middle of the ocean type deal. And that's definitely why you're never going to hear from any of these characters in the rest of the franchise ever again. Because... yeah, nothing good happens on any island in any horror film. So, yeah, and there's going to be a reason why we've never heard of Boy Cavalier, outside of Alien Earth, other than the fact that, this was made after all the other Alien stuff, but still, so it's arguing semantics. So we start off with the aftermath of the 3rd episode. So Wendy passed out. It feels so weird saying that when talking about androids. Yeah. Wendy passes out after making it to the room where Kirsch is dissecting the ovomorph facehuggers. And they find her passed out in the room, put her on a table, a charging dock, whatever it may be. And they're talking. It is Dame Sylvia in the room, her husband Arthur, another one of the scientists, talking about how this is all just gone, tits up. Everything's going bad. It was stupid for Boy Cavalier to send, these, billion, trillion dollar, pieces of equipment, these kids, as he puts it, these kids out, on a wild goose chase on a stupid mission, basically complaining that bro's playing with it. He wants his shiny new toys, and he's forgetting about this like life-changing technology that they've been developing with the hybrids. And as they're discussing this, Boy Cavalier walks in and basically confronts Arthur, Dame Sylvia's husband, because Arthur's sitting here, expressing all of this disdain for how bro's running, everything, not just his company, his organization, but these hybrid android, but what essentially have the consciousness of children. They're not kids anymore. They're in adult robot bodies. Like I said, I don't even think there's anything human about them left other than the fact that they're able to retain memories. So yeah, he confronts Arthur and is like, "What? Say it with your chest, dog. Yeah, stand on business when you talk to a Boy Cavalier." Oh, my God, I would have smacked the silly off that kid's face. I tell you what. Talk to me like that, boy. I'm older than you.
Careful, Grim. Careful, Grim. Your age is showing.
What? Oh, am I getting Unk status? Whatever. Miss me with that. I am an uncle, actually, so well-deserved Unk status. So, yeah. Arthur backs down when Boy Cavalier confronts him. When he like, say it with your chest. So yeah, that pretty much, but it definitely shows more of how like Boy Cavalier views these hybrids as products, as pieces of equipment, as property. So we get more of that. That's pretty obvious. Let's see. We also get a wellness check for Nibs later on by Dame Sylvia and Arthur. And dude, we get some weirdness here because Nibs, she tells them that she's pregnant, and Arthur chimes in and he's like, "Yo, like you're not pregnant. You can't be pregnant. Like you're a machine." Like, no, I'm not. I'm pregnant. Yeah. So Dame Sylvia hears all this. She hushes Arthur down because I feel like Arthur dropped the bomb here when he was like, "You're a machine." For me, that confirmed like there's nothing human left about these kids. Like I feel like that was a slip of the tongue for him, Like that's why Dame Sylvia pipes in real quick. And she gets Nibs in for what is essentially a therapy session, I guess you want to call it. Yeah, because they're like sitting in the therapy room. They're in the comfy chairs. She's talking to Nibs, and she's trying to explain to Nibs why she can't be pregnant. First off, when people get pregnant, like there's a certain physical action involved to make that happen. And Nibs brings up, but not with the baby Jesus. Not with the baby Jesus. That was miracle. What was it?
Immaculate Conception.
Immaculate Conception. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
It's crazy because you did touch on something that, depending on who is referring to the hybrids, depending on the character who's referring to the hybrids, they either see them as human or as machines. So Dame Sylvia, Joe, and Moro to some degree sort of sees the hybrids as humans, which I find very interesting. And Boy Cavalier, his bodyguard, the older gentleman, and Adam, and Arthur see them as machines. So I find that duality so interesting in the show.
Of programming that replicate emotions. I think it's definitely tweaking out here with Nibs though, because he is like full on traumatized from her encounter with the TSLS eyeball alien. I'm definitely thinking that's what fractured her like very already fragile psyche, because before even this scene with Dame Sylvia, we see a scene of her like staring into a mirror. At one point, I don't know if you caught this, King, but at one point she touches the mirror, right? And if you're paying attention, you see that this mirror, when she touches it, her hand doesn't like make contact with the mirror, but she's touching the mirror, right? This is because King, that it's a two-way mirror. That is a two-way mirror. Yeah. So even in their bathrooms, these hybrids, they're being monitored at all times. And what confirmed this for me, that's what was happening in this scene, is that right after she touches her eyeball, and if you see on her eyeball, she has like this little like it kind of looks like a lens, but I can only assume that that's like part of the like camera part of her eye, because in the previous episode they were telling the hybrids like, we can see everything you see through your eyes. So I think a lot of that scene is, introspective white girl moment, but also like her coming to terms with the fact that she's not human anymore, and that obviously not coming to terms with it, because we get the scene with Dame Sylvia later, but she's not necessarily human anymore, and that I think the fact that her transition, like, she might be the one affected most by all of this.
Nope.
What?
Nope.
What?
You're wrong.
Nope. What?
Nope. She's a vampire.
About what?
She's a pregnant vampire.
Pregnant vampire, monster master, alien, Macho Man, Randy Savage hybrid, probably. I'd be happy to be wrong about that, actually. So I hope you prove me right.
I probably will.
Oh yeah, brother, I was an android the whole time. Yeah. Hold on, careful. That impression might be too good. We might get copyright struck for that one too.
Oh yes, be careful.
Actually, I'm careful with those impressions. All right, no singing theme songs this episode, guys.
No.
I'm sorry, it sucks for you.
Which
Yeah. So we've been, huh?
I was just gonna say, if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Music, what else? iHeartRadio. If you're watching us on YouTube, if you're watching us here on Twitch or anywhere else, we just want to say hello. We see you. We appreciate you. And yeah.
I love you. I personally love you.
This is true.
Like, you're going into my well. I'm going to make sure that you're mentioned on the epitaph of my gravestone. I love you also, Mom. All right. So where were we?
Alien, vampire, pregnant vampire, macho man.
Oh yeah, brother, we're pregnant here. So she's definitely not pregnant. This hybrid is a machine. But as Dame Sylvia is trying to explain this to her, Nib starts to get a little weird. I mean, it's already sorry, let me rephrase that. She's already been weird. She starts to get a little snappy, a little violent, right? She insists that Dame Sylvia stop talking about this because it's clearly triggering her. She just wants to be pregnant, and I think this is like a trauma response from from everything that's happened, all the messed up crap she's seen, everything that took place on the ship, everything, like her rebirth as a hybrid android. So, and she gets aggressive with Dame Sylvia. Dame Sylvia won't stop bringing it up, so she jumps up, flies out of her seat, and like wraps her hands around Dame Sylvia's throat, and she's like, "Shut up!" I said, "Shut up!" Like, dang! I thought she was gonna snap her neck like a twig right here. But thankfully, Dame Sylvia is able to use that silver tongue and talk her way out of it. Like, I'll go get you some tea and some flavor packs, honey. Like, okay, like, we're good. I'll stop talking about it. And as Dame Sylvia walks over to the tea or flavor pods, whatever in the heck that, she's about to grab her, you kind of see like the facade start to crumble, that motherly facade that she's tried so hard to keep up with all these hybrids. And she panics, and she hits a panic button under her little table. So this tells me, like, they knew that this could go very wrong, very, very wrong. Especially because she reports, "Code 3, dude, code 3, lock her in her room, don't let her out." Like, oh, okay, yep, there she is. There's the real Dame Sylvia hiding under there. She wanted the joy of being a parent because she can't have kids of her own, but none of the awkward phases of your children occasionally trying to kill you. Like it happens. It happens, and you got to deal with it like any parent would. Hugs and kisses. Right, little guy.
Yeah.
So yeah. Nibs gets put back into her room. Now we're wondering when this kid's gonna crack and kill somebody because it's so obvious. Like that's what's gonna end up happening. I think Nibs is gonna snap first and murder the heck out of somebody, and I'm ready for it, dude. After that though, we get what was it? Oh yeah, we get the scene with Wendy talking with Boy Cavalier. And the team, she's explaining to them that she can hear essentially she can hear the Xenos. She's telling them that and Boy Cavalier wants her to try and repeat what she's hearing. And he explains to her like, you're like a freaking recording machine, dude. You can just record what you hear and play it back. Like, oh, I didn't know I could do that.
So cool. That scene was my favorite scene in this episode.
Bro. So to everybody, she starts speaking xenomorph. She starts making like actual xenomorph. What was your impression?
No, I can't do it.
No, it was like. Yeah, it was closer to that. It was pretty weird though. I was dying when this happened because just seeing this little itty bitty white girl like open her mouth and go.
She did
so
her her Chewie impression. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay, I'm gonna stop screaming. Stop screaming into the mic. So yeah. This fascinates Boy Cavalier, So now he's full in on this. This is his new pet project, his new toy. He's not even really concerned about like really trying to perfect the hybrids. He's more focused on these xenomorphs, these bioweapons he's gotten his hands on, right? So we get to see that. Then later we see a scene with Hermit. Hermit is being put in his place, kind of, man. Like, poor Hermit, dude. Boy Cavalier obviously does not like him. At any given time, he's talking down to him, just crapping on Hermit. I think he's got a thing against brothers. Maybe he's jealous of how close Wendy and Hermit are. But either way, like, Boy Cavalier makes it known to Hermit that he is still his employee. And Hermit threatens to quit, and then they threaten him with the fact that, oh, bro, you remember that lung that got stabbed by a xenomorph tail? Well, what do you think? What do you think we did? Like, obviously we replaced it, and we gave you like $1 billion lung, dog. So if you quit, we're gonna send you home right now, and we're gonna send you a bill. We're gonna send you a bill for that lung. You're gonna spend the rest of your life, the rest of your existence paying that off. Yeah. Or Yeah, right. Or you can stay here, work off your debt from the lung by, working here on the island, and eventually you'll pay it off. And Hermit's like, but I want to take my sister when I leave. Like, can I take my sister? And then Adam, Boy Cavalier's little simp robot boy. I'm telling you, I think Adam's an android. He kind of just strikes me like I'm putting money. I think Adam's an android. He
definitely plays the Alfred to Boy Cavalier's Batman.
Yeah. He reminds me a lot of like maybe if Burke from Aliens had like had the capacity to grow old, but if you've seen Aliens, Burke don't get to grow old. Just that level of like corporate sliminess. That's the air I got. So yeah, bro reminds Hermit like, in no way, word, how, why, whatever, in no world are you taking your Wendy with you when you leave. She belongs to us. She's our property. That's kind of just the pill that Hermit has to swallow at this point. Like, he's got no choice. He's indebted to this company. It's not like he can just give the lung back, right? It's really funny too at one point because Boy Cavalier is like, he'll never guess what we did with your lung, and then just doesn't tell him. Like, what kind of crap is that to use bros? He didn't give you permission to remove his lung and use it for an alien test, and you're over here like low-key flaunting it. Like, I was like, oh, that's so slimy, but I love it.
It does bring up a good question as to like, what happens to like medical waste? Like that is a really good question. Like,
yeah, Yeah, that's a good point. I don't think we want to know the answer for that. I don't think we're yeah. Like my mind started going to dark places. Like they're selling our used kidneys on the freaking the black market and stuff, yo. All right. So we also get after this, I believe we get really deep into the slightly manipulation arc that has been happening in the background. So if you remember in the last episode when I was breaking it down, I mentioned that Morrow, the cyborg, the former crew member of the USS Maginot, actually implanted a little film onto Slightly's neck, which he's able to communicate with him. Well, in the next scene, you get Morrow communicating with Slightly, slowly manipulating him. This felt gross, and not just for the fact that Morrow in the background is like, I believe he's at like some sort of weird club. Because on my like third rewatch of it, I finally saw this. There's some dude in the back getting like whipped. There's somebody in the back getting flogged, bro. I'd never noticed it before, but yeah, it's like some weird kinky BDSM club. Like, hey, power to you, power to you. But it just seems like a very weird place to be having a conversation with, a lost boy, childlike android. I don't know. It was creepy,
Watching,
especially because, yeah.
watching that scene, I thought it was tender.
Yeah.
I thought it was sweet.
Oh, because he's like, I need a friend.
I
Will
need
you be
a
my
friend.
I know I held a knife to your throat, but will you be my friend? Like, we all need. You said we all need friends.
That was such a tender moment.
It's but I love the character of Morrow. He's just so, like, obviously willing to do anything and everything to get back these Xenos. To get back these eggs for his baby mama Wayland Yutani. Yeah, he's a through and through company man, but not necessarily for the company, but just to feel useful. I love Morrow. He reminds me of me, just without the weird sex club stuff. So yeah, we get Morrow trying to manipulate Slightly. He basically forces Slightly to into this plan that he has. He's like, bro, like, I need you to get one of those eggs for me. And Slightly's like, don't you? Oh no, I'm definitely not going to do Slightly's accent. Never mind, that would be bad. So yeah, Slightly's like, don't you have eggs where you come from? Why are you asking me for eggs? And he's like, bro, no, I'm talking about those freaking alien eggs. I want you to grab me one of them. But in order to do this, what you're going to do is you're going to leave. Don't we know that? I got one on my head still. It's going to attach to their face, and it's going to put an egg in them. And I want you to then make sure you go and hide that person for a couple of days until I can come get them. And he's like, they're going to have a horrible day for a few days, but they're going to be all right. So the big lie. He's just slowly manipulating this hybrid. So Slightly agrees, but only after Morrow threatens Slightly's family. Slightly's able to find out that Morrow's able to find out that Slightly's parents are still in India, so he uses them as a threat to make Slightly do this. And also with like the multiple like tactics of manipulation he's laying on poor Slightly. Like I really starting to feel bad for dude, because he really is just like a happy-go-lucky guy, and then like all this stuff, like seeing the manipulation sucks. But yeah. So we get that manipulation seed planted, and then the next scene I believe is your favorite. It involves a test goat. We get to see a goat in a glass box, and while this goat is in the glass box, we get to see the TSLS. Now, to everybody that remembers what the TSLS is, sorry, the opposite. The people that don't remember what the TSLS is an eyeball. Oh, wrong eye. It's an eyeball. And it's an eyeball with little tentacles, right? And this eyeball can split into 8 different eyes. It's super creepy to see, but awesome. For the TSLS, the way it works is it climbs up this goat's body and it starts ripping and tearing, dude. Starts ripping and tearing at this thing's eyeball. Like, the goat is freaking out. It's kind of hard to watch. No, it is hard to watch. I'm not going to hold you. It's hard to watch. A goat's freaking out because it's getting its eye freaking ripped out by the TSLS, and the TSLS like wiggles its way under it and kind of like pops the eye out. But it's still hanging there. Its old eye is still hanging there while the TSLS is like getting in there, and then it's fully in. and we get one of the creepiest goat scenes I'll ever see in my life. Unless anybody out there seen Black Sheep, you know what I'm talking about. The goat stands on its hind legs and is just staring outside the glass box at Kirsch, Boy Cavalier. I think Adam's out there too. I think Curly, Adam, Boy Cavalier, they're all there for this experiment, and it's just freaking staring at him, dude. But who's it staring at? Staring at Kirsch. Boy Cavalier gets jealous of this. Boy Cavalier sees. He's like, oh, what? Staring at him? Hey, I'm the boss here, bro. Like, start tapping on the glass. Look at me. Like, bro's like really like egotistical, inflated, big time. You know. Yeah, I think Samuel Blinken plays him so well, so well. And I've only ever seen him in Black Mirror before this, so yeah, great acting. He fits the douchebagness like really well. So yeah. We get the TSLS on hind goat legs. What'd you think of that scene? I remember when you initially told me about it.
I love that scene. It was such a cool, like, it was a scary scene. Like, it's something that like, you don't see sheep standing on their hind legs making full eye contact. Like, that is terrifying, genuinely terrifying. So I love that scene.
Fudge, yeah, no, that was, dude, like I said, that was hard to watch for me. Like, yeah. I was like full on cringe face the whole scene. So that was awesome. And they learn like that the TSLS is actually super intelligent. It's very smart. So you can believe this thing is going to break out at some point. And you know what I think? I think it would be cool if it attached to Morrow, right? Because then it would have the intelligence of the TSLS and it would have all the utilities of Morrow's body. It would be unstoppable. It'd probably make Morrow scarier than the Xenomorph. God knows, you know? I'd also like to see it take Boy Prodigy, Boy Cavalier. I'd also, yeah, that'd be cool to see it take him too.
I keep wanting to call him, like, in my head, he's Boy Wonder for some reason.
Boy Wonder, right? I mean, with all the Peter Pan stuff, Boy Cavalier, Prodigy, like, it's all very like boy-centered, themed around the name. So yeah, right. I mean, we have the Lost Boys, for Christ's sakes. Yeah. So we get one of the best scenes in the show so far was that goat scene. I truly believe that. That was super disgusting. Really cool to see. I can't wait to see what this thing infects next. So, yeah. We get that right after, I believe, is the scene of Wendy showing Hermit her room, like where she actually lives now. She makes a funny joke, like, "Oh, this is where I sleep." I mean, I don't really sleep. I guess it's just where I, like, charge or whatever. Like, oh, this poor kid. We get more information on Hermit and her relationship. Hermit feels bad because he was in a war while Wendy, when she was just the little girl known as Marcy, was in the hospital. He was like, I'm sorry, I could never visit you. Like, we were literally in war. I tried to leave, but there was just no way for me to get home to see you. And, Wendy's apologizing to him, like, I'm sorry I made you have to go to a cemetery, like, because I had never died, like I was alive. They just told me, like, we had to keep this all a secret, like I wasn't allowed to really. After that was Toodles and Timothy Oliphant, Kirsch in the lab. We get Toodles talking about his name, like, dude, why am I named Toodles? That sucks. I hate that name. Stupid. I don't want to be called Toodles. So he comes up with the name, wasn't Einstein? It was Isaac. Yeah, after, like, Isaac Newton or Isaac Asimov. And he goes with that, and he asks Kirsch, like, can I change my name? And Kirsch kind of surprised me here, because I thought he was this, uncaring synth, this uncaring android. And Kirsch is like, yeah, if you like that name, you can have that. Yeah, absolutely. It's like, I don't know if it's allowed either, but you do you, bro. You do you, bro. I'm getting, like, heavy, like, Unk vibes from
Such
Kirsch here.
Such a nice guy. Like, I really hope he stays a nice... He's not a... He plays Timothy Oliphant, plays this character amazingly. It's morally ambiguous with the nod towards caring. Like it's weird. It's like a weird parental father figure type character.
Yeah. So they have like Dame Sylvia as like a surrogate human mother, where they have Kirsch as like a surrogate, synthetic uncle, or I don't say uncle because unc. Yeah, I like the dichotomy between the two. One is trying, obviously Dame Sylvia is trying to humanize these hybrids more, whereas Kirsch wants them all to be more synth-like. He wants them to embrace their synthetic side, and basically outcast any humanity that they have left. Let's see, and then might as well just go to the end here because we're actually pretty close as is. So near the end of the episode, we get Wendy. She's hearing the noises again, and this brings her into one of the labs. And in this lab is who else's lung? It's Herman's freaking lung in a vat of God knows what. And as she's approaching the vat, like, because she's, obviously still hearing these creatures, a freaking chest burster rips out of Hermit's lung. I guess it was a late distant cousin of Rick here wrapped around my neck. But this thing, I guess, and I also guess it's not called a chest burster because that thing popped out of a lung. So we got a new one for you, folks. We got a lung burster now. I don't think those have been in the franchise yet. So
No, I mean,
Xenos here.
He's breaking ground. He's coming out into the scene.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay. You said.
We get Ricky Tang's cousin makes a cameo, guys.
Yeah. Ricky Tang's cousin. What was the bad guy from the first one?
Oh no!
Right. I know, right?
Oh no!
Oh no! We've only seen Rush Hour 1 and 2 a million times.
It starts with the W. Pretty sure it starts with the W.
W. Bush Sr. No? Okay. All right. Either way, we get Ricky Tang's cousin. We get our first lung burster, apparently. Full on little Rick. Little Rick pops out the lung. And this part was like, hold on, because he's in a vat of glass, right? Little bro breaks through the glass. Like, this is supposed to be like a high-tech, high-secure research lab, with all the bells and whistles. And a little bro just rips through the glass, the protective glass, like it's nothing, dude. So that's besides the point. Anyways,
Juntao.
We get a little bro on the table, and he's looking Wendy right in the eyes. And this part, I kept expecting to go and take a nomp out of her, take a little nibble or something. No, bro is he's like a little cobra. I'm a snake, a little snake. He doesn't attack her. Instead, it looks like he's her friend. She goes in, gives him a little hip. Go ahead, bro. You're so cute.
Okay.
Oh, you're my brother's baby.
Real quick, you're Wendy, right?
Yeah.
I want you to act out that scene with Ricky Tander.
Oh, easy. Yeah, we actually do this every night, naturally. We don't even act when we do this. Oh, hey there, little guy. Oh, you're my brother's baby? Oh, you're so cute. I'm your Aunt Wendy. I'm going to take care of you, and we're going to kill a lot of people together. Yeah. Be my little bro. Want to get up on one on my shoulder? Okay. Oh, look at you.
There you go. That was perfect.
That's how I talk.
And scene.
Dogs.
All right. That was episode 4.
Spoiler tag gone.
Spoiler tag is coming down. Okay, Grim.
Yeah. Goodbye, spoiler tag.
I love
Don't
this.
miss you.
I love this episode because all the stuff from episode 3 that we didn't get to see, we see here. We see Xenomorph, we see Tiacellas, we see all the fun stuff. And I love aliens when they're at their most aliens peak. If that makes any sense. So
Sure.
yeah, you know what I mean. Okay. Let me hit you with my chicken buckets. Let me hit you with my chicken buckets for this one.
Yeah, let's hear it, brother.
4 chicken buckets.
Oh, really? Okay, so
Yeah.
just one up for you than the last one.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I felt episode 3 somehow took a dip in the franchise or in the season so far that wasn't necessary. Not to mention, I remember watching back episode 3 when they're being brought back from the building, right? To the island.
New Saiyan building. Mm-hmm.
There's this weird rock song that is just so out of place.
I forgot to mention that. Yeah, you're so right. Just this like power ballad. It's like a 1970s buddy cop movie where like one of them thinks that the other is dead for like 10 minutes and they're just like drinking themselves to the bottle. Yeah, through a bottle. Yeah, no, I feel that.
It made it feel very TV, which up until this point I hadn't felt. So on that premise alone, that's why 3 got a lower chicken bucket. But episode 4 brought back the momentum. It brought back the scariness of Alien. It brought back the sci-fi. Timothy Oliphant was operating on all cylinders. Boy Cavalier was creepy yet funny. Like he plays it very aloof, which I love. And Wendy got a new superpower, so you can't beat that. Like she's a xenotamer. Like, come on.
Yeah, she's a little snake charmer. Yeah, okay. Look at that too. So what was 4 for you?
4 was 4. 4 out of 5 chicken buckets. Yeah.
I see what you're doing. 3 was 3, 4 was 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I expect all those reasons. I don't necessarily think 3 was like that bad. I still gave it a 4 in good conscience. I do feel like this episode was significantly better. No like fake teaser fight with like that Zeno. I did like the hooking the little mouth in the 3rd episode, and just little decisions they make, Morrow and whatnot. But I'd have to give 4. That was a 5 for me, dude. I thought this episode was flawless. I thought it was flawless in the sense that like the sci-fi science aspect of the show, like for me, that's what really ramped up. We did get more Alien, not necessarily this franchise Alien, because we see the face hugger and the lung burster at the very end, but I think this one is very much more so focused on the hybrids, the TSLs specifically. Yeah, I would say that the attention is split between the hybrids and TSLs, whereas the end of the last episode, we did get the whole like cross section scene with like the autopsy and the surgery, which I won't spoil just because we're not putting that spoiler tag back up. We're not doing that to you guys. I thought this episode was flawless. Just the weirdness, the Nibs claiming that she's pregnant and there being signs that she's gonna snap and murder the hell out of somebody soon, like that. It all got me excited to watch the next episode, 5, which I believe is out right now. So that's we're gonna be hitting 5 and 6 real soon, guys.
Episode 5 is out now. For a recap, so I think we're gonna have to write this down at some point, but recap our previous ratings. If you're following so far, I gave episode 1 4 out of 5 chicken buckets. Episode 2 got a 5 out of 5 chicken buckets. Episode 3 for me was a 3, and episode 4 was a 4. Just want it on record.
Well, this is really easy for me because I so far have rated 45. Episode 1 got a 4, episode 2 got a 5, episode 3 got a 4, episode 4 got a 5.
Okay, so
I am looking like a pretty big Alien simp right now. Well, especially for the fact that I have Rick and a little face hugger attached to me right now for this review podcast. So
I feel like I have to justify my positions because all the stuff that we're reviewing, I deeply enjoy. Yeah, I gave it such a low rating. What's going on?
I
don't know.
don't know. Maybe I would say your standards are too high, but you did give Happy Gilmore 2 like a 3, so
That is, I still stand by that.
I mean, you're still wrong, but I still don't respect you for it. So at least we have that.
All right. That about, I feel, wraps up our episode, folks. That was our
Fortunately,
review.
it does.
Yeah, that was our review of episodes 3 and 4 of Alien Earth. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's fantastic. Grim, final thoughts? Final thoughts on the...
Right. Just a little sneak peek for everybody. It looks like our next episode will be a little bit of a flashback, which I don't know if a lot of you are like me and like, oh, flashback, that sounds boring. Just wait. Looking forward to it.
Flashbacks could be fun. You never know.
Yeah.
You never
I'd like
know.
that flashback my whole life right now. Yeah, but jeez. But next episode, what you want to tell people what we're going to be moving on to?
So we have been teasing a special cameo. Next episode we're doing Lilo and Stitch, guys. It just hit streaming. It is on Disney Plus. Watch Lilo and Stitch. And do we hit him with the other one we're thinking?
The other film?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, absolutely. Let 'em know.
That. Lilo and Stitch and Marvel's Thunderbolts. It is a double feature, a Disney double feature, guys.
That's not Little Rascals.
That's not, no. It's that's episode 79 of the Something Always Nothing podcast.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be doing a double feature with Little Rascals and Spy Kids 2.
Bro.
On your calendars, guys.
I'm excited for that.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
But all right, folks, that about wraps up today's episode. We appreciate you so much for hanging out with us, listening to our banter and our reviews and everything that came with it. Do us a favor, if you're following us, drop us a like, drop us a subscribe. If you're watching us on Twitch, give us a follow, a subscribe. If you're watching us on YouTube, give us a like, a subscribe, a comment. Leave us a comment. We like reading those. We like knowing all your thoughts. If you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and where else are we? We're everywhere, guys. We're everywhere. It has been a pleasure. We will see you next week for episode 6, Lilo and Stitch and Thunderbolts. Whoop whoop.
Ah, way hype. Woo! Yeah. All right, I can't wait.
Yes, sir.
This was fun, friendos. Till next time.
Till next time, guys. Bye.
Deuces.